Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, seal and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Want to train like a pro? DGS Ninja has you covered with obstacles designed by top athletes. Kevin Carbone, Matt Bradley, Tom Alberti, and Brett Sims. Whether you're dialing in your technique at the gym or training at home, DGS Ninja equipment is built for performance, durability, and safety. Train with confidence. Train with DGS Ninja. Find obstacles, rigs, mats, and more on dgsninja.com.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my truck bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slab Chalks.
Here at Stage 4 Designs, we are all about innovation and athlete safety. We've been doing this since 2015, designing the most innovative obstacles in the sport, and now with our partnership with the World Ninja League, we are very excited to bring some of our best designs to the highest level athletes in the world. For our process, it all kind of starts right here in our digital design. There's a much more deliberate process now in what we do, with our goal being the utmost in athlete safety. So we put everything into our digital design first, make sure it's all going to work, then we procure the parts. We learned the process and refined it to what we feel are some of the highest quality urethane products you're going to find in the Ninja space, and that all happens here at our custom-built workbench. A lot goes into our urethane, and we are very proud of the work that we do there. Everything that we build here at Stage 4 is all custom made in-house. It's not like we have a stock of a bunch of stuff. So when you do place an order with us, that order comes through and we basically build everything from scratch. Paint department is scalable. We basically hand paint most things, but some things that require a little bit more spray or bigger, we're capable of that as well. These athletes put these obstacles through some of the most rigorous circumstances that you could think of, and we want to try to plan for every contingency. We never want an obstacle to break on anybody. We always want our stuff to feel solid and not move around a whole lot, so that the athletes can trust their skills to throw the biggest moves that they possibly can on anything that we put out there. Our CNC machine handles all of most of our flat goods. It's the workhorse around here. It actually does a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of cutting things out. We don't do any of our flat goods by hand. We make sure that everything is exactly the same and replicable, so that, you know, if you're doing courses or you have athletes that are going either head to head or the same obstacle that you're going to find at one Ninja gym is going to feel exactly the same if you go to another Ninja gym or your home for that matter, so that there's consistency with all of our products. Over the years, as we've added to our suite of products that we offer, we realized that pipe and metalworking is becoming more and more commonplace in Ninja obstacles, and to meet that demand, we've added the ability to do that here as well. So a lot of the obstacles that you'll see that we design and develop are meant to go on truss, and pipes are a big part of that. So we've added a pipe bending station here, and look for, in the future, us to offer a lot more innovative obstacles that kind of exist in that space where pipes are a big part of it. So here, everything that we put out is tested by real ninjas before it goes out. We want to make sure that our obstacles can stand all sorts of unforeseen circumstances. We know that ninja athletes move in ways that are innovative and new, and we want to try to account for as many of those as we can and make sure that those obstacles hold up. So we test everything. Over the last 10 years, Stage 4 Designs has been committed to developing the most innovative obstacles that you're gonna find, but also the safest and most reliable obstacles. Our motto here is elevating obstacles. We do feel that on this platform, we can take something that's both fun and creative, but also elevate it to an industry that deserves to stand on its own.
Good morning, fans, and welcome to the Greensboro Coliseum here in Greensboro, North Carolina for Monday's head-to-head portion of the World Ninja League Championships Season 11. We are glad you are joining us. Many of you probably been here with us since Thursday when competition began here in Greensboro. Hopefully you've seen your athletes compete at the highest level to try to win a world championship and to improve their skills as they've spent a great weekend here in Greensboro. I am Jason Queen, joined by my wife Christy Queen here, and we are extremely excited to bring you the head-to-head portion of the competition here in Greensboro. Today's competitors will start on the angled steps, followed by, then they will make their way to the tack board, to the ring slider, onto the flywheel, then a pole vault. They will then move over to a log seesaw to angled steps, followed by a broken pipe to octopus, the tick-tock, the pipe coaster, and then up to the spinning baskets where they will actually touch the buzzer, which is actually elevated today. It is not, they will not land and then hit the buzzer. They will actually hit a buzzer in the air, and this will, if you've, if you're a fan of the World Ninja League, all of those things make perfect sense to you. You know exactly what you're watching for. If you're just joining us, then it's going to make a whole lot more sense once our competitors get to take off here very soon. It is 7:02 a.m. here in Greensboro on the 7:02 a.m. Monday Eastern Time. And our riggers and staff believe they have the competition
I'm not sure if we've got a demo. Nope. Okay.
facility. They have the course almost ready, making maybe some last minute adjustments. They're just making sure the course is safe for our competitors. So we are going to start with the kids female head-to-head competition, and you can see it may be 7 a.m. here on the East Coast, bright and early on a Monday morning, but the Coliseum area here is already starting to fill up. Many families making their way in, eager to watch these young competitors compete for a head-to-head competition this morning.
The excitement is in the air.
And one thing you'll notice, we do have some, I think we need multiple officials here.
Yes, we have several officials
had
on this course because it's so long.
It's longer, and I think going with two competitors going simultaneously, this will be the action is going to be fast and furious once we get started here. And now what we've seen throughout the course of the week is that the riggers, who have pretty much worked throughout the night here to get the course ready, they have done everything in their power to make sure the course is ready for the athletes. But every now and then what we've seen is the first couple runs, the competitors something will not behave exactly the way it is supposed to behave, whether it is a block run or a ring slider or maybe a flywheel or a spinning basket, something to that effect. But
these riggers jump on it in a hurry, get it fixed.
That's right. They make those necessary adjustments pretty quickly and get the course corrected very quickly. So we may run into that, just kind of give you a forewarning here as we get started. Now, hopefully not. Hopefully everything goes smooth from the outset here today on Monday morning. But just to kind of give you a heads up, that has kind of been a trend here at the World Championships, and I trust that that's probably true at all of the courses that you guys are used to seeing.
And I'm sure you just heard a buzzer. That's just another that they're just going through to make sure everything is prepared so that when the children take the course that we are ready to roll.
Yeah, I think Garrett is making sure his buzzer is working. I think when he's hitting his horn down here on the taller portion, the back end near the octopus and the pole vault and the spinning baskets, I think maybe his fault buzzer was not functioning properly.
And that's one thing about Garrett. He's going to make sure it's right.
That's right. Garrett, hard-working young man. We've had the pleasure of working with him all weekend here in Greensboro, and he's young, but he's very thorough. He wants to make sure he's doing the best job he can for these young athletes. we are almost ready to get underway here at the Coliseum. Testing out our block run. Want to give a shout out to our camera operator today. He's got 2 camera setups here that he's going to be navigating. And once these athletes get flying through the course, he has definitely got his work cut out for him. I don't know if you've ever seen any movies where the air traffic controller screen is showing and you see about 450 aircraft making their way into into an airport and out of an airport, but this camera setup my man's working is about as intimidating to me as that is. So if you guys are used to flying, be thankful I'm not working the controller. So we are going to bring you the best feed that we possibly can. It is early here on the East Coast. We've had some of our officials and rig team members commenting on how fresh and ready to go their fellow team members are here first thing this morning.
Everybody still has their coffee in their hands.
Everybody walking around with. I don't know where the nearest Starbucks is, but I believe they've gotten some extra drive-through traffic this morning.
These children are running around trying to get warmed up. Coaches are pumping these kids up, trying to get the day started. Everybody is so excited to get going.
And we made our way into the Coliseum about a little before 6:30 here to try to get set up and get ready. And there was maybe a dad and a young lady running up to the front door, wanting to make sure everything was good, make sure she was fired up and stretched out and ready to roll here. And one thing about the course here is that it spans, it's almost, I think, longer than a basketball court.
Right.
So that's about 94 feet. I think, I believe this course is actually, let me check, it's about 112 feet long. So these competitors have quite a distance to cover when that starting horn sounds. So I'm just thinking about for fans, you can see the middle section of our stands starting to fill up here. And I'm just trying to think of what the best vantage point would be. The section there at the starting line is almost empty. And then at the end of the first portion of the course, we've got a few fans, but most of our fans have chosen to sit in the middle section. Very few down at the finish line, but I'll be honest with you, Christy, I think maybe I would want to be down near the finish line. What do you think?
I've thought about that a lot this week. Where would I want to be? I mean, you want to see the finish when they finish, but the course is so extreme that a lot of times they don't finish. It would be hard to say. I think I would be one of those crazy moms chasing the kid from the finish line to the end line.
Right. I mean, so, just a decision they have to make. And I would probably be surprised if a lot of these guys don't maybe, start off in one position and maybe make their way down to another position. But either way, if they sit somewhere and they miss a little bit of the action, that's okay, because our head of videography, Dylan, is going to be following the athletes along the course.
Well, and luckily, a lot of times the coaches are running along with their cameras, video, and I've noticed several family members throughout the stands, like on the sidelines, videoing. So,
So that's a great point. At the very least, the family members will be able to capture the action um, and bring. I believe we have competitors here. I
okay.
apologize. I didn't realize that we have competitors on the course. So they are going here head to head.
And they are making their way through.
These two young ladies here on the near camera is rolling, and just like we said, here she goes to the TikTok, down to the pipe coaster, and over to the spinning baskets, and see who can get to that buzzer first.
Oh, the far cameras made it.
Wow, what a great run there for those two young ladies. Going to, okay. Okay, got a little clarification from our director of IT, Andy, and he said these first few runs are going to be ghost runs. So a lot of these athletes have actually earned a bye into the second round. So they're getting a test run here to get a feel for the course as they come through and get kind of, like I say, like a test run, so that when they get further along in the competition, they have a little extra familiarity with the course. So once we get started here, we will have a better grasp on who is actually on the course. But again, these are just a few ghost runs to get these get some of these guys a little bit of familiarity with the course. And I tell you what I've noticed already here is these young ladies are wasting no time. I mean, they are going from one obstacle to the next, and if you blink, you're going to miss it. So if you're at home, if you've got to go to the restroom, you better do it now, because once your athlete gets on the course, she is going to be rolling based on what we've seen. So another.
These two are ready.
And if you need any proof of just how taxing and how challenging this weekend can be on all of us, you should hear the announcer at the Coliseum. His voice sounds like he has been making announcements for 4 solid days now. I mean, he is giving it all he's got, but I believe he could use a few of my Ricola out of my bag, a few of my cough drops. So his throat is gassed. He's going to be ready to punch out tomorrow evening here as the competition concludes. We've got 2 more runners, 2 more ghost runners taking the course. And the lady on the far lane is rolling across the pipe coaster, the broken pipe to the octopus. Down the TikTok, the pipe coaster, now to the spinning baskets, and she is absolutely rolling. How fast was she going? She just totally blacked out the camera system. I mean, that was just, she was flying through the course. So, again, these are just some ghost runners here. If you played baseball when you were growing up, you're familiar with having a ghost man on first or a ghost man on second. So we've kind of got some. These are ghost runners, but they're actually human beings. So a little different.
I forgot about the ghost man on second.
Yeah, really almost impossible to get out.
Oh,
So
they always
you
scored.
you kind of if you had fewer people on your team, you were actually in better shape because that ghost man, couldn't make a dumb base running mistake somewhere there. So two more young ladies navigating now. That flywheel, I have noticed that that is a big old flywheel to try to grab a hold of, and that is tough.
For such little hands.
No kidding. The young lady in the red flying down to the very end there. All right, waiting on our next two competitors here. Well, say competitors, that may be the conclusion of the ghost runners. I'm not 100% certain, but I like to having a few of those ghost runs maybe gives our officials an opportunity to kind of stretch their legs out just a little bit, kind of see what they can anticipate once the runners get moving here.
It really gives all of us a chance to see what's getting ready to happen.
Absolutely, because if you've joined us here the rest of the week, as we are ready to roll, and I believe one of our officials just gave a gentle reminder to one of the coaches that his warm-up routine might have been.
That we are on a tight schedule.
Yeah, you gotta be ready when your name is called. You gotta be ready to roll here.
And Coach was very apologetic.
So this may potentially be a real run based on one of our officials is trying to get some clarification here on if this is a real run. And so we're going to figure out if that is or not. Now, so I want to say we are almost ready to get started. Can you read what that coach's shirt says right there? Does that say Carolina Ninja?
Carolina.
Okay, so if that is an athlete from Carolina Ninja, then I don't believe. Our first two competitors, from what I'm seeing, will be Adeline Nichols from Ellisville, Missouri versus Lyra Repsinski from Hamburg, New York. So I cannot imagine those two guys repping the Carolina Ninja gear, but I'm thinking this is still a ghost run. I do apologize, guys. I'm trying to figure this out on the fly here.
Well, all of our refs are gathered in the middle, having a quick conference, I think, going over rules and what's to be expected.
And it was almost like a beginning of shift meeting at Sam's Club, if you've ever seen that.
Yeah.
Where they're getting fired up.
Pep talk.
Ending with maybe 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
Let's go. Woo!
They are ready to go here. But again, just trying to get some clarification if this is. Now, this looks more like it. That looks like Eliza in the light blue on the near course versus Eva Miracle, maybe, from Arden, North Carolina.
Here we go.
Yes.
We are set up for the first competitors.
And I cannot overstate how impressive Andy is. Anytime I need anything, he is just on the ready, zipping through all of the options here.
Making sure everything is ready to go, IT-wise.
Eliza Augustine, she loves staying active, pushing her limits, always insisted she could do anything her 3 older siblings could do. Okay, Eva, I'm going to say Miracle. I hope that's right, from Arden, North Carolina. Versus, and I believe she is going to be in the far lane versus Eliza Augustine from Waxhaw. So a pair of North Carolinians here making their way along the course. I believe that is Eva racing out to an early lead now. Across she's heading to the octopus. There we go, the first octopus down. Over to the TikTok, now to the pipe coaster.
And
heading to those spinning baskets there just before the buzzer. She's got it. All right, so Eva Miracle from Arden, North Carolina,
taking on the angled steps,
wins our first head-to-head competition here in Greensboro. Okay, that's going to bring Cameron Ball versus Ira Strickland now. Cameron Ball in the near lane and Ira Strickland in the far lane. Okay. Say that again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Both girls are heading down the course.
Okay. Okay. So Here, 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 here. Okay.
The far lane is getting ready to go across the angled steps, onto the octopus, onto the tick-tock, then to hit the pipe coaster. Here we go.
And I believe that is
Onto the spinning basket she goes to hit the buzzer.
Ira Strickland here and Ira Strickland is our head-to-head winner here in our kids competition. Our next competitors now, Sophia Lee. Okay. Sophia Lee versus Mila Festa. I believe that is Mila in the far lane and Sophia in the near lane. Here they go.
Steps, the flywheel, onto the pole vault.
And this looks pretty competitive here,
Yes.
pretty close here through the early going. Mila out to an early lead down through the ring,
Steps,
across these
octopus,
steps
onto
here.
the tick-tock.
Oh, I thought she misstepped there heading onto the tick-tock, but she recovered, got to the pipe coaster. Now, can she navigate these spinning baskets here at the very end?
To hit that buzzer.
And she does. So, Mila Festa, 9 years old, began her ninja at Fit Set Ninja Calgary in 2022. And Alette Clayton, I love her tenacity there, making her way on to the finish line. Let's see, we've got two competitors up. You see them on the starting block. They are ready to roll. And let me make sure we got the right names here. I believe that graphic back there behind them, when it changes, I'm going to be right. So I'm kind of looking at that screen
Nice.
back there behind them. Well,
Oh, that chain, no.
okay, Kyla Choquette and Alette Clayton. Alette from Gilbert, Arizona, 7 years old, versus Kyla, who's 8, out of Mansfield, Massachusetts.
And these girls are flying through the course as well.
They are, no
Oh
kidding.
my goodness, that tick-tock about got skipped down there. Onto the spinning baskets, and
did it, all right. Kyla Choquette from Mansfield, Massachusetts, just rolling through this course here. And Alette Clayton, also a strong showing.
yes.
I believe she is going to get to the finish line here, trying her hand at the spinning baskets. And the horn sounds there with the clock. All right. Our next two competitors ready to roll.
Sorry.
And let's see. Again, I'm going to watch for that graphic there behind them to switch. And that's when I can pull up, I believe. Okay, it's going to be Rory Barnes in the near lane versus Amelia Barber in the far lane. Okay, Amelia Barber, 7 years old. Rory Barnes, 8 years old, from O'Fallon, Missouri. Amelia Barber from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Amelia's favorite is a flow course, while Rory's favorite is a challenge course. So let's see what these ladies have in store for us.
Okay, Amelia. This is going to come down to the wire, I do believe, making her way past that pole vault. Now that log seesaw to the angled steps, rolling up to the broken pipe now. Oh, she recovered. What a great recovery there for Amelia. Now to the
octopus.
Perfect. Completed the octopus. Now over to the TikTok, and Amelia, oh, she was dangerously close to falling off of a couple and finally did touch the ground, but that's okay. She's still going across the pipe coaster. Now to the spinning baskets. And I believe maybe,
We've got Whitney Fredericks.
sorry, I'm going to pull it up here so we can see who we got. Zeely Forenchik versus Whitney Fredericks. Whitney in the far lane. So Whitney in the far lane, Zeely in the near lane. Very close competition so far.
Whitney's most challenging obstacle type is the foot dexterity.
Okay, Whitney over to the TikTok. See if she can manage that. She does. Down to the pipe coaster and now the spinning baskets. See how Whitney manages those. Oh, she reached for one. Yeah. Couldn't quite get it. And now she's got to recover. Oh, what a great recovery. She went to plan B there. And Whitney Fredericks pulls off the buzzer. She gets to the buzzer. Now Lennon Perkins in the far lane versus Emily Albert in the near lane. Lennon, 7 years old. Oh, excuse me, 6 years old. She's only 7-year-old for this season. And Emily, 8 years old from Leander, Texas. Lennon from Dublin, Ohio. And we have got a barn burner here so far. This is Emily in the near lane and Lennon in the far lane. And now Emily trying to catch up. Lennon across the TikTok, over to the pipe coaster, and now headed to the spinning baskets. Can she swing around? Lennon Perkins in midair hits the buzzer, but what an outstanding effort there for Emily Albert. Hot on her heels right up to the last obstacle. So now our next competitor is one from Modus. I believe this is going to be Adeline Nichols. And I have absolutely no idea what just happened. Can you mute that?
Okay, we are back. And it looks like our next competitors are Elliot Phillips and Lennon Perkins.
Okay, Elliot in the near lane here. Elliott in the near lane versus Crimson Sortie from Fairfield, California in the far lane. Elliott, 7 years old, works out of Modus in Lee's Summit. It's her 4th year competing, so at only 7 years old, she is a seasoned veteran. And you know, Crimson is also a seasoned veteran. And look at Crimson roll. She is making her way down to the pipe coaster, over to the spinning baskets, to the finishing buzzer, and Crimson gets that buzzer no problem. So great effort there from Elliott. And I think she had a little trouble on that flywheel, I think. Now across the angled steps.
Elliott likes the generating swing. So maybe this tick-tock.
Ought to be right up her alley, right there, generating some swing on that octopus. And our next 2 competitors here. I believe I see it. Okay. Now this is who we thought we were going to have in the, maybe we got a ghost run of these guys earlier. Eva Miracle in the near lane and Adeline Nichols in the far lane. So Adeline out to an early lead.
Eva's not far behind. She's
hot on her heels. Across the tick-tock. Holy smokes. He is, oh my goodness, down to the finish. What a great run there for Adeline Nichols. Follow her on Instagram, Show 'em Why You Ninja, out of Ellsville, Missouri. She is the Ultimate Adeline is her nickname. So great run there for both of these young ladies. But Adeline Nichols, she made light work of this course. I'm going to tell you, she is going to be a force to be reckoned with as we move our way through here. Now, Emmeline Spitzenberger in the far lane versus Ira Strickland in the near lane. I believe I've seen the Strickland family throughout the week. 4 siblings, homeschooled, trained at Strickland Ninjas in Lilburn, Georgia.
these 2 ladies. This is a close one.
No kidding. Emmeline and Ira. This one's going to come down to the wire, guys. Across the broken pipe. Now to the spinning baskets. Can Emmeline finish? She catches the bottom of the buzzer just ahead of Ira Strickland. What a great run for both of these young ladies. So
that second spinning basket for Ira didn't want to cooperate.
Oh no, it didn't want to swing around, huh?
Right. It didn't spin as quickly as she was hoping for.
Okay. All right, our next competitors here. On the starting block, ready to roll. Now this is Mila Festa versus Quinn Johnson. Looks like maybe some of our ghost runners are actually competing now. So Quinn Johnson in the far lane, Mila Festa in the near lane. So Mila off to a little bit of a lead early. Quinn in the upper lane, not far behind.
Oh, they are close.
They are both. This is a great. These guys are just rolling right through obstacle after obstacle. And I believe Quinn has taken the lead at the very end. And Quinn Johnson rallies down the home stretch. I think Mila misstepped just a little bit on that broken pipe, and that gave Quinn the opportunity to catch her.
I mean, they were right at each other.
Great race there for both of those young ladies. So Kyla Choquette, I believe we had a moment ago, and let's see who she is.
Is this Quinn?
I don't
Johnson?
believe it's Quinn. I think Quinn was one in the last one, yeah. So it's going to be
Brooks.
Kyla Choquette in the near lane, Brooke Stuckey in the far lane. Brooke from Darien, Connecticut, and Kyla from Mansfield, Massachusetts.
Both 8 years old.
So let me make sure. Brooke in the far lane.
And it's another
No kidding.
head-to-head, no doubt.
Kyla working her way across those angled steps, and then the tick-tock just barely touches onto the spinning baskets. Can Brooke catch up here? Oh, the difference between those two competitors under a second, 24.7, and then Brooke at 25.3. So absolutely phenomenal run there for both of these young ladies. Now, Amelia Barber in the near lane, Lyra Rapsinski in the far lane. Lyra from Hamburg, New York. Amelia from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I believe this is the second time we've seen Amelia here in the early going. So Amelia to an early lead. Now Lyra takes the lead. I believe Lyra down to the tick-tock, over to the spinning baskets, and I believe Lyra is going to hang on. She does. On that last spinning basket, she reaches up.
Amelia's finishing up.
That's right. Amelia, I love her resilience, her tenacity, and she hits that buzzer, so she has successfully completed the course. And how about this tech team? Whitney Fredericks in the near lane, Abby Demers in the far lane, Whitney from Simsburg, Connecticut, and Abby from St. Hyacinthe, Quebec. So Whitney in the near lane, Abby off to a pretty quick start. Over to the octopus, no problem, rolls right on through the tick-tock, with Whitney hot on her trails. Abby trying to navigate those last spinning baskets. And
Spinning
it
baskets.
could be that Whitney, with the spinning baskets at the very end, just pulls out the victory here in the head-to-head. What a great race. And it's interesting to see how they navigate those spinning baskets, because as we've seen all week, it seems like the more time you spend on those spinning baskets, the more trouble you can run into. Lennon Perkins now in the far lane versus Liddy Curtis in the far lane with Lennon Perkins in the near lane. Liddy out to a small lead here in the early going across the broken pipe, the octopus, the tick-tock. Now onto the spinning baskets. Liddy on a roll. I don't think she slowed down on a single obstacle. So Liddy just barely touched. And now we've had some ghost runs. She was almost like a ghost run. She went through those things almost like they weren't even there. Now Crimson Sortie, I believe she won earlier, versus Hallie Gavin. Hallie in the far lane, 8-year-olds for this season. Second season of competitive ninja, and she plays hockey with the Calgary Inferno versus Crimson. Now Crimson in the near lane, racing out to a lead across those angled steps.
On to the octopus.
She comes to the octopus across the.
Through the tick-tock.
No kidding now.
She's on the hanging
and it looks
baskets.
like I thought Hallie might have overtaken her there. And she did. Those spinning baskets, that has been so far. Most of these competitors have rolled through the first about 80% of the course, 90% of the course.
If you don't hit those hanging baskets or spinning baskets exactly the right way, they don't spin the way you need them to.
No kidding. So those spinning baskets have been the deciding factor in most of our races. Elliott Phillips now in the near lane. Eva Miracle from Arden, North Carolina in the far lane.
And they're off.
Elliott working on a Modus Ninja and Lee's Summit. So I believe we've had these guys so far. Eva out to a quick lead. Across those angled steps. Now the broken pipe to the octopus. The tick-tock. They just walk across that tick-tock.
I know.
I've seen some of them. The other day it was called a tick-tock half. I think that should be called a tick-tock eighth. There we go. Look at Eva. Just doesn't even slow down. And just makes her way makes it look easy to get to that buzzer there.
Here comes Miracle.
So this is Elliott.
Oh, Elliott, sorry.
Yeah. All right, our next competitors, Ira Strickland in the far lane versus Emily Albert. Now, we had Emily a moment ago, and she absolutely rolled through this course. So I'm curious to see if she can follow up that performance. That is going to be very difficult to duplicate her performance from her first run. She works out of Austin Ninjas. Ira Strickland out of Strictly Ninjas, the family gym there. So Emily, the flywheel giving her a little bit of trouble. Ira dashing out to a lead here in the early going. And let's see how she works her way across that octopus to the tick-tock. And Emily trying to rally. And let's see if she's going to. Ira's going to have to slow down a little bit on the spinning baskets, but she has no problem on the spinning baskets. And Emily cannot quite finish, so I believe she might have injured herself on one of the steps there as she was navigating through. Our next competitors now. Believe this is going to be Mila Festa in the far lane and Zili Voranchik in the near lane. So Zili in the near lane, Mila. And if that's Mila, I do apologize to you guys. Mila Festa off to a great start here out of Calgary, Alberta. So Mila rolling onto the octopus, now down to the tick-tock. Zeely trying to catch up.
She's not far behind. She's hitting the tick-tock now.
And Mila, and that's really, it seems like if once one of our athletes gets out to a lead, if she's going to get caught, it's going to be some kind of hang up there on that spinning basket at the very end. So it's whoever gets, it's almost like if you've watched motocross, whoever hits that hole shot really has an advantage through the rest of the course, whoever gets out to that early lead. And so we've seen that play out here so far. Now, Rory Barnes in the near lane and Brooke Stuckey in the far lane. I'm going to pull up. Here we go. Brooke in the far lane. Over to the flywheel. Across those angled steps, no problem. Down the broken pipe to the tick-tock and just rolling. So Brooke Stuckey cruising if she can. And I believe she's got to restart there because of that spinning basket. And she does. She gets the buzzer with Rory trailing. Rory trying to catch up. And one thing I noticed right there, Brooke fell off that spinning basket, but I did not see a horn sound. So I'm wondering if they can fall, but still get back and try that obstacle again.
Right. I think it depends on which obstacle
Gotcha.
it is.
Alette Clayton now in the near lane and Amelia Barber in the far lane. Amelia, we've seen her a few times here. She's off to, speaking of getting that hole shot, she got out to a great start right there. Over to the flywheel. Come on, Amelia.
Is killing it.
With Alette hot on her heels. Amelia onto the octopus. And she needed an extra swing, and that may be just what Alette needed to try to catch up.
Amelia's on the pipe coaster, down to the spinning baskets.
Let's see, over the spinning baskets there to the buzzer. She got it. Amelia Barber gets that buzzer. And now Alette right on her tail. Doesn't quite. Okay, Sophia Lee in the near lane versus Abby Demers in the far lane. Sophia, 6 years old. Her bio says, don't let her size fool you. She brings big energy to every obstacle she faces. Almost 7 years old. Already making a name for herself with all of those phenomenal skills. Now, Abby Demers in the far lane in the red shirt. Rolling through this course over to the past the tick-tock and the pipe coaster onto those spinning baskets. What an impressive run for Abby Demers out of St. Hyacinthe, Quebec.
And Sophia is finishing the course up.
Our next two competitors on the starting block, ready to roll. I believe this is Cameron Ball in the near lane, Lennon Perkins in the far lane. Cameron out of Ewing, New Jersey. Cammie started competing in 2024, second year at regionals, so young but already quite established. And Lennon been doing ninja for about a year now. She loves it. Also likes swimming and playing soccer. So me too, Lennon. Well, the swimming part, maybe not so much the soccer part. Lennon off to a big lead here in the early going. Cameron right behind her doing a great job.
Yes, she is.
Lennon across the spinning baskets. Little bit of hesitation there on that next to last one, but easy trip to the buzzer for Lennon Perkins.
And here comes Cameron down to the spinning baskets to finish her run.
So really, just getting started in ninja, one of our youngest competitors, so impressive run there for her. Eliza Augustine now versus Crimson Surdy. Crimson, 7 years old, out of Fairfield, California. And Eliza
They are off. Crimson has taken. Okay. Crimson is off to the spinning baskets. Here comes Eliza hitting the spinning baskets.
Eva Miracle now and Ira Strickland. Ira in the far lane, Eva in the near lane. Across the angled steps. Down the flywheel, going neck and neck so far.
Yes, they are.
Eva, Ira right there.
Oh, here we go.
Ira at the, literally at the buzzer, just ahead of Eva Miracle. And now Brooke Stuckey and Mila Festa. Mila off to an early lead.
But not by much.
And Brooke, this one's going to come down to the wire.
Yes, it is.
Side by side.
That spinning basket.
And now Brooke, right at the end, rallies for the victory. Now Abby Demers, who had an impressive showing a moment ago, and Amelia Barber back now.
There they go. Abby's got a small lead. Let's see if Amelia can catch up.
Amelia just lost her footing there just a little bit. Abby once again rolling through this course, and
But Amelia got up. She's still coming.
she is. She's resilient. She fights back, but Abby Demers once again.
I love how Amelia got right back up and kept going.
And Abby there in 25 seconds. Rolling. Now Crimson Surdy once again with Lennon Perkins in the near lane.
Attention all coaches and athletes in lane one of the league. Please return to the course at H2H Hall. Your course cycle is starting in just 1 minute.
Crimson rolling to an early, blowing her way through the course across the pipe coaster, down to the tick-tock, the pipe coaster, over to those spinning baskets, wasting no time. She's a little stuck. If Lennon's going to mount a comeback right here, it's going to be swinging around, and Crimson is just cannot quite get that second one moving.
Stuck on that second one. Okay, they've both hit the third one. Oh my goodness.
Did Lennon catch her at the very end? She did by less than 1/10 of a second. Lennon Perkins with the victory there at the very end.
You can never count anyone out.
So Adeline Nichols now.
And Emmeline Spitzberger. Going head to head.
Rolling here.
I hope
Adeline.
you can see these coaches chasing these kids down, cheering them on.
And Emmeline rallies at the last second, but Adeline was right there. Now Quinn Johnson versus Kyla Choquette. Kyla out to an early lead. Over to the flywheel. There goes Kyla across the spinning baskets, and a very quick buzzer there for Kyla Choquette. And now Quinn Johnson gets her buzzer here at the very end. Our next competitor is Lyra Repsinski versus Whitney Fredericks. Whitney out to an early lead, but it is neck and neck here in the early going.
Okay, they are right there together. This is going to be close.
Down to the spinning baskets. Can Lyra? I think Whitney rallied at the very end on the spinning baskets and manages the victory there with less than a half a second lead. Next competitors, Hallie Gavin in the near lane, Liddy Curtis in the far lane.
Okay, on to the octopus. Down to the TikTok. Here come the spinning baskets. Who's going to win the spinning baskets? Oh, wow.
Liddy with a great showing there. 22.37 seconds. I think that is one of the quickest runs we've seen here in the early going. Now, Abby Demers here. Versus Adeline Nichols. So Abby Demers in the near lane. Adeline Nichols in the far lane. Abby across those
This is a close one.
angled steps. Who can navigate those spinning baskets the quickest? Adeline with a little bit of hesitation on the second one, and Abby Demers sneaks in just ahead of Adeline Nichols for the head-to-head victory. So now Quinn Johnson in the far lane, Lennon Perkins here in the near lane. Lennon out to an early lead. Quinn right on her tail. Onto the spinning baskets. And Quinn rallies at the very last moment on those spinning baskets for the victory. Again, those spinning baskets there, people are completing them, but it's just a matter of how quickly they complete them is typically what has determined our victors here the further along we go in the competition. Now, Ira Strickland out of Strictly Gym versus Lyra Repsinski. Lyra in the far lane, Ira in the near lane. Ira and Lyra, this is neck and neck. Ira navigates those flywheels just a little bit quicker. Across the broken pipe to the octopus.
This is so close.
The tick-tock, it's going to be down to the spinning baskets. And Ira Strickland gets that spinning basket. A difference of 0.14 seconds in those two competitors. And Ira, by a nose, wins her race. Hallie Gavin now in the far lane. Brooke Stuckey in the near lane. Over to the flywheel.
Angled steps.
Across that broken pipe to the octopus. Then the tick-tock. This is another barn burner. Coming down to the wire. Hallie Gavin and Hallie Gavin.
It's funny watching these girls. It's like they are running and there's no obstacles in front of them. It's almost like a foot race.
Yeah, they are just
They're so talented.
Tiptoe across, no problem. Abby Demers now in the near lane. Quinn Johnson in the far lane. Across the flywheel.
Abby's got a little bit of a lead.
And across the angled steps and the broken pipe to the octopus across the tick-tock. Spinning baskets. And Abby, can she get to the buzzer? Oh, man. I thought she took a few spins on that last spinning basket, and I was afraid that she wasn't going to quite get to the buzzer there. So now, Ira Strickland. One thing about it, when these competitors get done, they got to race back to the starting line and go again.
Catch their breath on the way.
No kidding. So this is Hallie Gavin in the far lane, Ira Strickland in the near lane.
Here they come across the angled steps to the broken pipe, to the octopus, to the tick-tock, on down
And
to
Hallie Gavin with a little lead to that last, and what they're figuring out is they've got to grab that last spinning basket with one hand to leave one hand available to hit the buzzer, and you saw her do just that. Now Emmeline Spitzenberger in the far lane, Kyla Chiquette in the near lane. Across the angled steps now, down the
onto the tick-tock. Spinning baskets.
Kyla Chiquette rolling again. One hand on that last spinning basket, one hand on the buzzer, and Kyla Chiquette has managed a victory. It looks like Emmeline might have.
She fell at the tick-tock.
Okay, so she might have hit that tick-tock and injured herself there a little bit. Whitney Fredericks now versus Liddy Curtis. Now this is, I don't remember Whitney Fredericks. Yeah, she has raced already today. I just didn't remember her. Across the broken pipe down. Here comes the spinning basket. Who can work this quicker? And Liddy Curtis completes the spinning basket with Whitney hot on her tail.
We're waiting for our next competitor.
I just feel bad that's the second day. Oh no, Sydney didn't make it. So you could just kind of we've got Vinny at 9:30, we've got Colby and Connor here at 8:32. We've got to get this. Jackson's on a lead. This is where I need to partner with Jackson.
I hear people in the crowd yelling for Emmeline.
Yeah.
She will run the ghost run. Oh, just run it here. I think.
No, I get up there. They're finding out. Okay. No, good. We get a little extra breather. Oh, it's too early for this, honey. Too early. I was like, I said.
Attention coaches and athletes, check it is now opening up for wave 2 of BC male over at BC small. First run will go in approximately 30 minutes. That is for wave 2 of BC male over at BC small. Head over and check it now. First run in about 30 minutes. And check-ins are also opening up for wave 2 of young adult males over at BC tall. First run will go in approximately 30 minutes for wave 2 of young adult males at BC tall. First check-in now.
So it looks like maybe Hallie Gavin is going to run on her own. I don't know if Emmeline maybe was injured or they couldn't locate her, but it looks like maybe Hallie is going to run the course on her own here. So not a whole lot of drama. It's just basically Hallie against the clock. So still, she wants to have a good run, no question. Across the spinning baskets to the finish line.
Nicely done.
Good run there for Hallie Gavin.
I wonder if that would be harder to go by yourself.
Right.
You don't have anybody to look over across to see, am I ahead, am I behind, how much faster do I need to go? Oh, I'm good.
Right. Going on your own without a another competitor. So here, Abby Demirs in the near lane, Whitney Fredericks in the far lane.
What I could tell you on a course like this, and this is my coaching opinion, I've done the PCR once on
Abby off to a quick start with Whitney right on her tail over to the flywheel. Now Abby to the angled steps, across the broken pipe to the octopus, onto the tick-tock.
To the pipe coaster and on to the spinning baskets.
And Abby, a little bit of hesitation there on that second spinning basket, but not enough to slow her down, and she gets another win here. Great run there for Abby Demirs.
Will know in about 15 minutes, and for kids males, you guys can check in at head-to-head. First race will be in about 15 minutes.
So then when Becky came in, we went to, I took it to the other day. Yeah, Allie and Abby. Anybody? Sorry, Allie. No, I said, I'm the one that's complaining in my staff. I said they gave us four little, cardboard bunches signed up going away and pick up the So that's the
Okay, now we've got two taken to the blocks.
And I believe this is going to be, I think that is Abby Demirs and Hallie Gavin, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's Abby in the red and Hallie in the near lane in the darker shirt. Yes, it is. So Abby Demirs in the far lane, Hallie Gavin in the near lane. Both of these young ladies, impressive runs here in the kids female head-to-head competition. And Abby has just been so agile and quick out of St. Hyacinthe, Quebec. Hallie from Calgary, Alberta. So a pair of Canadians competing here at the World Ninja League Championships in the head-to-head division. Abby off to a quick start and across the flywheel. You know, Hallie just had that run against nobody. And boy, she's not going against nobody now. Abby is rolling across the spinning basket. But Abby slows on the spinning basket, and Hallie catches her at the very end and wins the head-to-head race by less than half a second. So unbelievable comeback there. And now Liddy Curtis versus Kyla Choquette. Kylie off to an early lead here, the flywheel. Across the angled steps, down the
onto the spinning basket.
Spinning basket, and Liddy, very nice run there.
They're so fast we can't even tell you what the obstacles are called.
They do. They don't spend 1 second per obstacle, and they're rolling on to the next one.
I know I said this earlier, but it is like they are on a foot race that you don't even notice the obstacles.
No kidding. They just blister their way on from one obstacle to the next.
right, Kyle, let's go, kiddo.
Hallie is making her way back to the starting block, giving her competitor a high five there before we get started. So that is Hallie Gavin in the near lane and Kyla Choquette in the far lane. Hallie and Kyla neck and neck through the early going. Basically what we've seen it boil down to is if one athlete has a little bit of a misstep or a missed grab, that's all the other one needs. Here's Kyla Choquette leading barely. How does she handle these spinning baskets? And Hallie with the rally on the spinning basket to edge out Kyla by just more than 1/10 of a second. So Hallie was trailing from about the midway point in the race and rallies at the spinning baskets, which is where we've seen our athletes, if they're going to make a comeback, it's usually going to require their competitor to have a little bit of a hiccup on that spinning basket. So as these athletes make their way on throughout the bracket, and we are very close to crowning a head-to-head champion. These guys have made their way through the comeback side of the bracket in near the finals. We're very close to the finals in the kids female category. So we're waiting, like we've said, a lot of these girls have made 5 or 6 runs through the course this morning, trying to advance to become the head-to-head champion here at the World Ninja League Finals.
Thank you, so much fun. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother.
Okay, and here they go.
So here comes Hallie Gavin versus Liddy Curtis.
I know this one's going to move quick.
No kidding. These two onto the flywheel. And now I think Liddy, with a little bit of a misstep coming off of that flywheel, opens the door for Hallie across the TikTok. But Liddy rallies and down to the spinning basket, and Liddy in 20.87 seconds passes Hallie coming down the home stretch. And I believe that is going to put Liddy in the finals. I believe it's going to be Liddy versus Abby Demers. Don't quote me on that. But I believe that is where we are headed. Liddy Curtis, 8 years old, out of New York, New York. That was the championship. forgive me. So that was the championship. So Liddy Curtis with the run there at the very end, just edging out Hallie Gavin to win the World Ninja League head-to-head Kids Female Championship. So congratulations to Liddy. Congratulations to all of these young ladies. What a great showing they've had here in Greensboro this year. We're going to pause for just a few moments, and we will be back with the kids' male division momentarily.